everyone. It is Sunday sit-down time. As you can tell, we are on location and joined by Mizzou women's basketball coach Robin Pingeton. Robin, thanks for joining us. How's the offseason been for you?
Oh, it's always great to be with you, and just excited about the upcoming season. It's gone fast, like in the blink of an eye. It's wild, but it's been busy. The girls have worked really hard. We've got a lot of new players, and so you know, just figuring out personalities and skill sets and how you make it all mesh on the court. It's been really busy, but so fun. Like every day I wake up and I can't wait to get to work. It's just a great group to be around.
Well, I want to ask about the group you've assembled this season. You know, what do you like about the additions you were able to make and obviously some of the returners coming back?
Yeah, so you look at our roster and a lot of new names, a lot of new faces. We've filled some voids that I thought we really needed to really target in that transfer portal. And I'll say this about the portal. In recruiting, you know, you spend a lot of time, especially when you're a culture program. You want to know exactly what you're going to get. And so you spend a lot of time almost doing background checks, talking to high school coaches, AU coaches, parents, family members. But in the portal, everything moves pretty quick. And I've never been a part of speed dating, but it sounds like it's kind of a speed dating type deal. And, you know, it happens so quick. And so you try to do your due diligence, but you never know for sure what you're getting. And I just feel so blessed because we got exactly who we thought we were going to get. Just young ladies that are really high character, young ladies that are really passionate about the game. They got a great work ethic. Their heart's full of gratitude. They're excited about the opportunity and excited to be a part of this program and this university. And so we've been really blessed from that standpoint. I'd say we batted 1,000, which is a pretty good percentage. But we added more athleticism, which we felt like we needed. And then we added size, which again is something that is so important in SEC play. So I feel like we plugged in some important pieces, but you also blend that with our players that are returning that got great experience at a young age. You know, we had a young roster, returning players, and so their experience a year ago was huge for us, and so the blend has been really, really positive.
What do you feel like has been the thing that's worked for your staff to go into the portal and find those kids that do fit your program so well?
Yeah, you know, we've been blessed from the Lord above for sure, but you know, you just try to do your due diligence and really targeted areas that we felt like we needed, and that was, you know, the ability to create one-on-one, more athleticism, creating more opportunities, more points per possession. And how do you do that? You've got to come up with some extra possessions, and so we knew we really needed to focus on the defensive end this offseason. We want to be a lot more aggressive, not only in the half court and in the full court. We wanted to focus on becoming a better rebounding team, getting those second shot opportunities, and continuing to build on the pace of play, which I was really pleased with the pace that we played at last year, and we just want to make sure we don't take a step back in that area.
When you look at trying to become a more, you know, defensive, more physical team on that end, what goes into that in an off season?
Yeah, so they put in a lot of work. I think, you know, big time shout out to our strength and conditioning coach, Tyler Stewart. He's done a tremendous job with them, really challenged them in that weight room. And the maxes that we're seeing right now, they continue to rise, but really, really worked on kind of refine their bodies and build strength, but make sure we have the tone and not the added weight that will make us slower, but we want to be more explosive. We want to be quicker laterally. And to put in that time, really focused on nutrition. That was a huge piece, just an educational piece that we felt like we could kind of help our players grow in that area, and so understanding what they need to put in their bodies to stay fueled and hydrated. But we did a strong woman workout that was amazing. We were flipping 500-pound tires. We were pushing trucks in the parking lot, carrying dumbbells across the parking lot. So it was a little bit different, but the girls really enjoyed it. I'll have to share some video clips of that, but they really, really got after it. Conditioning was a huge piece. You know, if you want to play, you know, press 94 feet and play aggressive up-tempo, you've got to be in unbelievable condition, because if you're not, the first thing that goes is the communication.
Well, it's been fun to watch the growth of, Ashton Judd, getting to see Grace in her first season at Mizzou. I saw you took them to SEC tip-off. What was it about those two players, speaking on behalf of your program to the nation?
Yeah, I think two players that, are passionate about the University of Missouri. I mean, they're Missouri players. They grew up in this state. They want to represent it with pride. Last year, unfortunately, had some injuries, didn't have the season that we had all hoped for, but they learned some valuable lessons. It was the first time that, just like Judd took on a bigger role, Grace took on a huge role as a freshman, and to be able to learn through that adversity, I think is, we always want to shy away from tough times. But if we'd all stop and pause and think about when have we grown the most, it's when you go through tough times in your life. And that's just sport related, but it was a hard year for us. And I think, there's so many valuable lessons that they'll carry on with them this season and in their careers. And I think they'll be in a position to be tremendous leaders for the rest of our team.
When you look at, obviously two girls that, despite the up and down of the season, decided to stay, what do you like about how they embraced this university and decided to stay like that?
Yeah, I think it's all about recruiting players that really believe in your culture. And, a big part of our value system is the process. It's not the outcome. I know we live in a society that we all want the outcomes to be, so-and-so. But these girls, I think, have really embraced the process and what that looks like to become your very best, both on the court and off the court. And I think they take that very seriously, and I think they've really embraced it. And so I feel blessed for sure, because in this day and age, you just never know. But these are two young ladies that are really invested in this university. I think they believe in our philosophy and our style and our coaching staff, and they love the University of Missouri, so we're blessed to have them.
You were able to add, like you mentioned, that experience. What's the benefit of having, so many girls who have these different experiences, in different leagues coming in and all kind of blending it together? Yeah,
I just think fresh minds, fresh bodies. I think it can be a really good thing. I think we're deeper than we've ever been, which is huge. Last year, I've gone back and forth on this over the years. Sometimes I think, you want that roster of about 12, and, it's a lot easier for rotations and playing time. And then you have a year like last year where we had two starters go down with injuries, and then you're like, okay, why don't we have a full roster? And so I don't think I'll ever go back. We're going to be at 15 from here on out. I think having that depth is so important. And I think that'll be one of the biggest things people will see in this team this year is just we're going to go a lot deeper at a lot of different positions, which I think is going to be huge. And, our big thing in this offseason, we want to take that court and we want teams to feel us, feel our defensive pressure, feel the intensity, feel the tempo that we play at offensively, and really to play that way, A, you've got to be in unbelievable shape, and then B, you've got to have some depth. And so I'm really excited about those two things.
When you look at what a player like Mama Dembele was able to do on the court, how do you kind of replace maybe that production and obviously what she was able to do to help her teammates as well?
Yeah, we're going to miss Mama too. She's been around for a long time, and to come in and start as a freshman and start for 4 years, that's just a lot of game experience. And so I'm going to miss her. Obviously, every year she was here, she just got better and better. And senior year, ability to really push that tempo and transition was huge for us, but also a really good defender. And so big shoes to fill with her too. But I do think we've got we'll do it by committee. I think we've got players that understand, what those deep outlets, which that's where she got really good for our transition, was able to get deep outlets and really get a piece of that paint and create scoring opportunities for other people. And so, we feel like we've got some guards that, have that same kind of ability. They don't have the experience or the reps, but they have the ability to I think, take that torch and run with it and play in that style and that system. And I think the good thing is we've got more depth at that position. And so we've got some players that can push tempo, but we've also got some that kind of can be a calming force. Maybe not quite as explosive as Mama, but have the ability to just, keep the car on the road and keep everybody organized in that point guard spot.
What do you feel like from last season is maybe the biggest thing as a coach that you learned and you've taken away maybe from the past few seasons here?
Oh, that's a great question. I think there's there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Like I said, I think you grow the most when you go through some challenging times, but probably that we're all stronger than what we think. You know, you go through things like that, and just the discipline to lean in and continue to, you know, brush yourself off and keep battling. And I think that's huge for all of us. But you know, we're just really, to be honest with you, excited about the depth that we have. And that was another lesson that I learned, is to make sure we got that full roster and you know, have got some depth at every position in case you have a situation like that where you have a season-ending injury. And knock on wood, that won't happen this year.
Well, I know identity is forged during games, but what do you think, you know, fans can maybe expect from this year's team for Mizzou men's basketball?
Yeah, I think they'll see a team that's a lot more aggressive defensively, and that's something that we're really excited about. I think we've got the ability to be a lot more physical. We've got more size, and we've got more athleticism, and so we really want to be able to hang our hat on just our defensive intensity and our consistency on that end.
Well, Robin, I appreciate you making time. Looking forward to the season.
We're looking forward to it too. Thank you.
Awesome. For the rest of you guys, we'll be right back after the break.